Welcome to Django course. Sir, here just let me talk few important points about these courses, sir. Do you know what is the course title you saw? Anyone? Sir, this is the course title we saw. What is the which course you people are joined for this session? Anyone? Can you please spell out what is the course name? Sir, is it Django or are you saying any other things? Yes. Are you saying any other things or only Django? Yes. Web development. Some people may say web development with Django and Python. Okay, Django and Python. Yes. Still, anyone saw some more extra things? Yes. Yes. Good. Sir, some people, do you know full stack? Regarding full stack web development with Django and Python, this is our course title, sir. Okay, why I'm choosing this title? What is the need? What is the need of going? What is the need of going, sir? What is the importance of this title? Just let me explain few minutes, sir. So one important point you should aware. If you want to go for web development, okay, web development in the Python side, compulsory required things are, okay, Django is required and you people should be aware about Python also. Most of the people are doing the bigger mistake here only, sir. Okay, if you want to develop your web application, sir, I know Django, I know Python. That thing is not enough, sir. If you want to develop full web application, yes, I know each and everything related to the web application. Sir, tomorrow can you please tell some application I should be in a position to develop, sir. I should be in a position to develop like if anyone wants in addition to that some more extra things compulsory you people should aware. Remember that, sir. So you are going to the war. You are going to the war without having sufficient weapons. Remember that. Just only one what we call one sword. Okay, like otherwise, just you are not going with full of weapons. Okay, make sure. If you want to develop web applications, okay, with Python or Django or any other area, compulsory some more things must be required, sir. That's why the word we are using full stack web development. Remember that, sir. So please make sure you people should be aware. Okay, sir, what is web application? To develop web application, what things must be required? You people should aware. Then what is the need of this full stack web development? You can get much clarity, sir. Just observe. Can you spell out any web application? Any name, whatever you know, sir. Can you spell out any web application? The application which is providing services over the web. Best example, sir. Best example, gmail.com, next time after that facebook.com, okay, any.com are getting anything, online banking application, flight tickets, spicejet.com, like, sir, any application which is providing services over the web, sir, these things are by default considered as web applications. Sir, obviously any website, any web application, sir, I'm open the browser, sending the request in the internet, just in the internet, sending the request, http google.com, http durgasoftvideos.com, anything over the web is by default considered as web application. Remember that, sir. If you want to develop web application, because web application without having having website, nothing will be there in the business area, right? Okay, n number of applications we can able to develop. Remember, to do for every web application, two important components are there. You people should aware. Sir, up to this is very clear. Can I spell out what is the web application, sir? The application which can able to provide services over the web. Are you getting right? The application which can provide services over the web are called web applications, right? Remember. Next term, can you please give an example for web application? Yes, gmail.com, facebook.com, spicejet.com. These things are by default considered as web applications, right? Remember. Next term, for every web application, there are two phases are there. Two important components are there, sir. Regarding for every web application, two important components are there. Remember, what is the first component? What is the first component, sir? Front end. Regarding what the first components are? Front end. Second component, obviously. Can you please tell what is the front end? Obviously, what is the second one? Respond, man. Why you are silent? Okay. What is the second answer? Back end. Remember. So, what is the first one, sir? Front end. Second one is called back end. Remember back end, right? Now, what is front end? Here, what is the back end? Most of the people having misperception. Most of the people are having misperception. Backend is nothing but database. Front end is nothing but our language or something like. Regarding Java is the front end. Backend is nothing but Oracle is the backend. No, no. If any person is telling like that, give left and right. Remember that. Sir, what is a front end? What is the front end, sir? Suppose I open just I'm trying to open spicejet.com. Assume that spicejet.com. Just I'm seeing the web application. I want to open one website. I want to register my book. Just observe that. My flight I want to register. I want to book my flight. Okay, spicejet.com. This is the website, sir, for related to the SpiceJet, sir. Now observe this, sir. In this, you have several options are available, sir. One way round trip, two way round trip, sir. Which cities? What about available flights? Like you can able to see several things, right? Now, do you know what you are seeing? Yes, what I'm seeing, sir, on this page, what I'm seeing itself is by default considered front end. Remember this, right? What is the front end, sir? Front end, it represents what user is seeing on the website. What the end user is seeing on the website. This is by default considered as front end. Remember that, sir. I hope everyone can able to understand, right? Sir, what is web application? Next, what are various? Can you please give an example for web application? Any application which can provide services over the web is by default considered as web application. Okay, these are various examples, right? Next, for every web application, there are some two components are available. What is the first components are front end, second ones are back end. Remember that. Sir, let me talk few minutes about front end only. Sir, front end describe what end user is seeing on the website. Okay, this is the website what end user is going to see. Sir, I can able to see these are the city names. I can able to see these are the source. These are the city names. Regarding that, these are the city names like sir departure date. Okay, like whatever end user is seeing, sir, on the front end itself is nothing but front end. Remember that, sir. Sir, how we can able to develop front end? Anyone can you please tell? How we can able to develop front end, sir? Front end we can able to develop by using some technologies, right? What is the first one, sir? What is the first one? HTML compulsory must be required. Next and after that CSS. Next JavaScript. Regarding if you want to develop front end, remember that front end compulsory required technologies are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Remember. Now, sir, these are basic front end technologies, right? By using these, next level jQuery, next and after that Bootstrap. Regarding jQuery, Bootstrap, several advanced front end technologies came in the picture. Remember that, sir. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript, these are front end technologies. Sir, what end user is going to see? Sir, how we can able to develop that by using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and advanced front end technologies are nothing but jQuery, Bootstrap, etc. Now I have a small doubt, sir. What is my doubt here is, sir, HTML, JavaScript, CSS. Among these, which component is the mandatory? Yes, remember, which component is the mandatory, sir? Can you please tell HTML? Is it compulsory? For every web application, without HTML, I can't do anything. Yes, man? Make sure. Without HTML, you can't do anything, sir. So, sir, I don't want to use CSS. Oh, no problem, man. No problem at all. Sir, I don't want to use JavaScript. No issue at all. You are not required. But without HTML, you can't do anything, sir. It is a mandatorily required component. Remember, so for every web application, sir, if you are telling it is the web application, if you are telling that it is the website, it is a website itself is not compulsory. HTML by default should be there. Remember that, okay? Sir, best example. Have a look once. Sir, I'm seeing this one. I'm saying this. Can you please tell, is it a web application? Is it HTML or not? Yes, itself is a HTML. You can open any page, right? Itself is a web. Sir, if you want, view page source. View page source. Just observe that. I'm trying to open. You right click, view page source. Okay, like just have a look once, sir. What is this one? What is this one? Can you please tell? Dark type. What is this one, sir? HTML. Boss, this total thing, whatever you are saying, itself is nothing but HTML. Remember this one. This total thing, whatever you are saying, itself is nothing but HTML. For every web application, without HTML, you can't do anything. First important word you should aware, sir. So HTML is the responsible to decide page, the source. What is the page itself? HTML is the responsible, sir. It defines the structure of web page. Structure of web page, sir. This is the structure. This is the content. Okay, like who is going to decide, sir? Itself is nothing but HTML. That's our important thing. So if I want to develop web page, compulsory required technology is nothing but HTML. Without that, you can't do anything. Which is the responsible, sir? This is the page. This is the web page. Web page. How you can able to do? By using HTML, right? Sir, I developed one HTML. Assume that I developed one HTML page. Sir, for this HTML page, some styles must be required. Some colors must be required. Some borders must be required. Are you getting right? So, Fair and Lovely must be required. Next, lipstick must be required. Are you getting? Some powder must be required. Spray must be required. That there. All those extra styles. I want to add a style to the HTML page. Then we should go for CSS. Remember that, sir. So what is the meaning of HTML? HTML is just a base component, sir. One raw component is ready. Ready, sir. One raw component is ready. Now for this raw component, I want to add the style. Regarding, I want to add a style to that component. Some Fair and Lovely I want to use, some or otherwise lipstick I want to use. So like whatever extra decorations what we are going to use itself is nothing but CSS. Everyone can able to understand, right? Can you please tell what is the abbreviation for HTML? I don't think you are that much innocent. Can you spell out, sir? What is the HTML? What is the abbreviation for HTML, sir? Hypertext markup language. Are you getting that? Hypertext markup language. I go from our childhood onward. We have this one. Then automatically, what is the abbreviation for CSS, right? Can you spell out? What is the abbreviation for the CSS, right? Sir, the cascading. Are you getting that? Cascading style sheet. Are you getting? The name itself indicates, have you observed, right? To add a style to the HTML, which thing must be required, sir? CSS must be required. Remember that, sir. Okay. So next, of course, I will show what is the power of CSS. Just aware. Have a look once, sir. Sir, I have just I'm trying to open. Okay, google.com. Sir, if you observe just the CSS like this. If I'm trying to, sir, just if I open CSS, if I want anything CSS, there is one person in there, sir. Who is that person, sir? W3 schools. Are you getting? I hope everyone heard about this word. Everyone heard about this word, sir. W3 schools. Are you seeing right? W3 schools. Just let me open that. Let me open that. Here, CSS introduction. Listen a bit very carefully, sir. Sir, I have content is there. This is the content, sir. HTML, sir. This is the content. This total content is nothing but HTML. This is H1 tag. This is the H1 tag. This is the paragraph. Next and after that, these things are nothing but hyperlinks like this, right? Sir, this is the HTML page. Now, have you observed, right? The power of CSS, matter of 1 second you can able to see, sir. Suppose I want to add a style for this HTML page. Okay, different styles you can able to define, sir. Different styles you can able to define. Best example, this is the style 1. Okay, if I click a style 2 on the left hand side, are you seeing right? If you click a style 2, sir, content is the same. Can you please observe what is the first line? Please respond. What is the first line? What is the first line? welcome to my home page. Are you getting? Welcome to my home page. Use the menu to select a different style sheets. Same page, different style sheets. This is the title, right? Now observe, just let me use style sheet 2. Then immediately, have you observed the total page look and feel by default got changed, sir? Okay, like, but content is always same or not? Can you please observe? Content is always same or not? Yes, there is no change in the content. Content is always same. Content is always same. Same page, different styles. Okay, like, now let me go for style 3. Let me go for style 3. Array, suddenly different style by default is going to come, sir. Okay, let me go for style 4. Are you getting? Array, suddenly different style by default is going to come. Have you observed, right? This one is nothing but same content only. That is the power of CSS file. Okay, sir, I wrote one HTML page, sir. Some styles I want to define for this HTML. For that, which concept is required, sir? CSS concept is required. Clear? Are you in a position to understand, right? Okay, so for the front end, compulsory mandatory thing must be required is HTML. HTML is the mandatory. If you want styles, if you want colors, if you want borders, then we require to go for CSS. Okay, like this. Now I have next importance of JavaScript. Very important, sir. This HTML always talks about, sir, it is going to tell, boss, sir, it always talks about only static content. Remember this one, sir. Always talks about only static content. Sir, I want to display, welcome to Durga Software. This is about my message, sir. Welcome to Durga Software. Like this, I want to display some message to the end user. If you want to display some message to the end user, sir, this is this message is fixed for every end user? Please respond. Is this message is the fixed for every end user? Yes. So it is not varied from person to person. It is not varied from person to person. It's not varied from time to time. Such a type of response is by default considered a static response. Are you getting that? Static response, like that. So if the response is not varied from person to person, response is not varied from time to time, such type of responses are by default considered a static response. Today you are seeing, tomorrow you are seeing, day after tomorrow you are seeing, same response only. Okay, like something like your ICICI Bank homepage. Best example, ICICI Bank homepage. ICICI Bank homepage, right? Sir, it is for all the users, it's always same. Next one after that, Gmail login page for all the users, it's always same. But sometimes what will happen is, I want dynamic content. Dynamic content means person to person. Okay, time to time, the content is going to be changed, sir. Best example, ICICI Bank homepage, you entered your username and password. Now you can able to see your account page. Are you getting? My account page is the different, your account page is the different, some other person account page is the different. Remember, the response varied from person to person, time to time. Such type of response is by default considered as what? Dynamic response. Remember that, sir. Such type of response is called what? Dynamic response. Sir, I want to display. I want to display something like current time is. I want to display, hello Durga, today time is. If I'm sending, if the request is coming from Durga, hello Durga, current time is. If the request is coming from John, hello John, the current time is. Like this, right? If the response varied from time to time, person to person, such type of responses are by default considered what? Dynamic response. So to generate dynamic response, some functionality must be required. To add that functionality to the HTML, some component must be required at very top level. Who is going to do that functionality, sir? JavaScript. Remember this one, sir. Who is the responsible to provide that functionality to my HTML? JavaScript. Just observe that, sir. Sir, pure only HTML can able to generate only static content. Only static. Sir, if I add the HTML plus JavaScript, then automatically I should be in a position to generate dynamic. But anyway, don't feel complete dynamic. Sir, anyway, our Django, Python, these things also I'm going to use to add extra masala. Don't worry about that, sir. Just a very basic idea to add the functionality to the HTML. Which technology must be required, sir? JavaScript is required. To add the style to HTML, which technology must be required, sir? CSS must be required. Are you getting right? CSS, JavaScript are optional technologies for any web application, but HTML is always mandatory. Remember that, sir. HTML is always mandatory. Remember. Okay. So just let me repeat. This is HTML page what I developed. This is the HTML. This is the HTML page what I developed, sir. For this, this is the HTML I developed, sir. For this style I want to add, sir, look and feel, colors I want to change, okay, borders I want to keep, background image I want to change, and so on. This is the HTML. For this background image I want to change, background color I want to change. Sir, if you want to add a style to the HTML page, CSS must be required. Arpita, observe that very carefully. Cascading style sheet meant for adding style to HTML page. Next, to add functionality, it can able to do some extra activity to generate dynamic content. To add functionality to the HTML, some concept must be required. That concept itself is nothing but, okay, JavaScript. Remember, so the main purpose of JavaScript is to add the functionality to the HTML. The main purpose of CSS is to add a style to the HTML. Without JavaScript, you can build application. Without CSS, you can build application. But without HTML, sorry, you can't build any web application. Clear? Yes, yes, Parsad. Yes, we can use JavaScript for validation. Validation means doing some extra activity, right? Functionality. Validation, functionality. Are you getting? So it is able to do some extra activity. Okay, JavaScript mainly we are always going to use for validation purposes. Of course, other than validation, it's going to do a number of activities, man. Okay, like JavaScript is the number one trending language. Okay, remember in 2017 and 2018, number one language JavaScript only. Okay, make sure after that only our Java, Python, these cinemas came in the picture. Clear, right? Are you able to do that? Are you able to understand what is HTML? HTML is going to decide structure of the page. For this page, some colors are required. CSS is the responsible. For this, some functionality I want to add to the HTML. Happily, we can go for JavaScript. Remember, it never going to contact to the server without contacting the server only. All these components by default are going to do that. This itself is nothing but, okay, sir, like these three. Sir, these three are main important technologies. Okay, these three are the main important technologies. Remember, related to front end. Are you getting right? If you go for next level, next level, right? Okay, what next level things are? jQuery, Bootstrap, like these kind of things are advanced front end technologies, right? So for every web application, front end must be there. That front end, how you can able to develop by using these technologies. What is the purpose of each technology? They're very clear. But anyway, as a part of this course, we are going to discuss each and everything in detail. Don't worry, sir. Now, are you getting basic idea about front end? Response, man. Respond. Are you able to understand basic idea about front end? Simple word. What is front end? Sir, don't think too much technically, sir. Front end. Okay. If I'm seeing you, how your face looks like. Are you getting that? If I'm seeing you, how your face looks like. What you are seeing itself is nothing but front end of the application. Okay. User interface. Okay. Some people may use UI, GUI, UI is nothing but front end, sir. How you can able to develop? For that, we require to use that. Remember that. Next, what is the next cinema? I have to talk. Yeah, Prithvi, we will discuss all those things. Don't worry. Sir, what is the next thing we have to talk? For every web application, one small doubt. Amir, JavaScript is the client side or server side? Yes, both the server side JavaScript is there. Normal JavaScript is by default client side. Both versions are available on here. Okay, server side JavaScript SSJS, like there is one concept is there. Okay, now sir, just take a bit very special care about front end. Sir, I want to develop one registration form. Which things are required? It is the front end. Are you getting that? One registration form is required. Which things are itself is nothing but front end. Remember that. Next at the same time, sir, I want to just develop. I want to provide one registration form. One image I want to include like this. Itself is nothing but front end. Remember that. Sir, one small HTML page. Maybe within 1 or 2 days we are going to develop this one. Just let me show, sir. In my offline sessions, I developed a small HTML page. That's all. It is not like, sir, here I'm taking Durga bar. Are you getting that? Durga bar. Like I developed one small HTML page. I didn't cover about, sir, CSS. I didn't cover about, just only HTML. Have a look once. Welcome to Durga Bar and Restaurant. Are you getting right? So just I want to develop a small page. Are you getting? I want to develop a small page. Okay, like welcome to Durga Bar and Restaurant. Have you observed at the top what is the name, sir? Index.html. Is it the HTML page or not? Yes. So next one, image I can able to keep. Have you observed? This is one paragraph tag. We are very specialized for chilled beer. We have virtual rain environment with all facilities. 100% guarantee for the kick, like this, right? Okay. Like next and after that, our brand ambassador Sunny Leone is our brand ambassador, right? Okay, like offered products are KFKO or CFO. Offer of the day: buy one get one free. Next, view our profile, YouTube, Twitter, and so on. A small HTML page. I developed this one, sir. Are you getting? So for this, I want to take this one is in red color. Okay, sir, this sunny image with the full of border and so on. Are you getting? Full of border and so on. Like full of border and so on. Like if you want to add styles for this, then automatically which concept must be required, sir? Okay, CSS concept is required. Remember that this what you are saying itself is nothing but front end. Now, some more enough to get the basic idea, right? Now, the second terminology. Remember that I told, right, for every person, two component, two ends, front end, back end. Same way for every web application, sir, you are seeing something. Who is the responsible to generate what you are seeing? Are you getting right? In the background, someone is going to work to generate the response what you are seeing. That person is by default considered back end. I hope everyone can able to understand, right? What is the back end? Back end technologies. Observe it very carefully, sir. Back end technologies, you are going to decide. Back end technologies are going to decide what we have to show to the end user. Remember that I want to show to the end user. What you require to show to the end user is decided by backend, sir. So this backend consists of three important components. One is language. Are you getting that? Second one is framework. One is a language. Second one is a framework. Observe that language, framework. Third one here is database. Okay, all these things consist of back end. Remember what you are seeing, display responsibility is going to take care by browser and your front end technologies, but preparing that content is going to take care by back end components. Are you getting? For the language, happily you can use multiple languages are available here in the market, sir. You can go for Java by using servlets and JSP. Happily you can able to develop web applications, like, or by using ASP you can able to develop application. By using PHP you can able to develop applications, right? So for language you have multiple options are available. Okay, servlets and JSPs, like servlets and JSPs. Next and after that, Python is also one choice for us. Next, PHP is also one choice for us. Next, ASP itself is another choice, like that. There are multiple web and sir what we call multiple languages. By using that you can able to provide support for backend. One thing. Next, second one, sir. Second one, framework. Without framework, sir, not recommended to develop applications because each and everything I want to do on my own. I want to do on my own. So I don't want to take support from any person. Is nothing but stupid kind of thing. Suppose very simple, sir. You want to eat biryani. You want to eat biryani, sir. What you have to do? Highly recommended. Better to go to the hotel, take biryani plate, and then happily you can eat. Within 10 minutes you can able to complete. Assume that. So, assume it's a matter of just a 10 minutes or 15 minutes job. No. I want to, sir, first I want chicken. Then automatically I want to go for chicken. I don't want to go for chicken. First I will take one egg, and after that hen slowly after 1 month or 1.5 months it will be ready for eating. Then automatically I will everything I want to prepare on my own. I don't want to depend on any other person. Such type of person in his lifetime he never going to eat biryani, I'm sure. Are you getting that? So everything I have to develop from scratch without any framework, meaningless. Okay, framework is going to provide, sir, almost 70% of the work is going to be done by framework itself. Remember that, sir, 70% of work is done by framework itself. That's why if you want to develop web applications in real time, compulsory required thing is nothing but framework must be required, sir. Okay, so what those, sir? Anyone can you please tell? Struts framework in Java related, almost gone. JSF, it is also Java related. Next and after that, Spring MVC related to Java related. Next and after that, do you know? You may aware Django. Next and after that, Flask. Okay, Django, Flask. Next up, Pyramid. Like there are several for every language. There are some frameworks are available. Struts are related. I mean Java related frameworks are these things, right? Python related frameworks are these things. Maybe, sir, if anyone aware, if anyone coming from what we call PHP, maybe Joomla, like there are some frameworks are there. I'm not sure because I'm not having any idea in that area, right? Remember. So compulsory 70%, 80% of the work someone is going to do, sir. Who is that person? Is nothing but, sir, framework. Next, sir, without storing data, you can't expect any web application these days. Remember that, sir. End user is going to provide. His username and password. Somewhere I have to store. Somewhere I require to store. End user, suppose if the banking application is account balance, transactions information, I have to store somewhere. So compulsory some persistent storage mechanism must be required. For that we should go for backend database concept, which is nothing but you may use Oracle, you can use, or you may use MySQL, you can use Oracle, you can use, or MySQL you can use. Sir, like do you know multiple what we call sir, SQLite you can able to use, SQLite you can able to use, like multiple databases are there in the market, sir. Remember that. So these are three things by default considered back end. Remember, I hope are you able to understand, right? Sir, for every, yes, MongoDB, like there are multiple databases are there, sir. Make sure. Now, for every web application, there are two components are there. What is the first component? Please respond. What is the first component? For every web application, there are two components are there. What is the first component? Front end. What we are going to see? Is the front end. Sir, next back end. Sir, back end decides what we have to show. Are you getting that? The person who is displaying is called front end. The person who is preparing is by default considered back end. Remember this one. Suppose if you are going to the hotel, if you are going to any hotel, just server is available, sir. If you are going to the any hotel, sir, server is there. Array, can you please bring one plate idli? Then immediately I will get idli. Waiter is there. Immediately I will get idli, sir. Then so what I'm seeing is the front end. But who developed that one? Who prepared that? In the background, in the kitchen, cook is there. Some supporting people are there. All those that cook supporting people itself is nothing but a database language framework. Next and after that, the waiter, what is what is showing to the customer, that person is nothing but front end. Any doubt? Any doubt? Are you able to understand up to this? General terminology, sir. I'm not talking about too much also. General layman terminology, right? Sir, this is now I want to develop web application. Sir, usually most of the times what the people are going to do, is, sir, I know Python, sir. I know Python. I want to develop web application. Then what things I require, sir? Django is enough. Yes, man. Yes, you know Django and Python, you can able to do back end code. Remember that back end code. But you never going to talk about front end, sir. But to develop web applications fully, sir, at least basic idea in the front end also must be required. Sir, basic idea, array, how to create a table, how to define small CSS style sheets, how you can link that one, how you can link to the HTML, like such type of basic idea must be compulsory requirement. Sir, I don't know what to go, then automatically never be good web application developer. Are you able to understand, right? Any doubt? So, what things to develop application? What things must be required for us? Okay, what prerequisite is? Yeah, the part of this course I'm going to discuss. First, I will talk about HTML. Whether you are interested, not interested, compulsory I will discuss at least the basic idea HTML, and then we will talk about CSS. Next, and after that we have to talk about JavaScript. Next, after that we are going to talk about jQuery. Next, jQuery Bootstrap. Almost around 15 to 20 days we have to run with these technologies. Once these technologies completed, then my requirement is, then I will go for the Django. But immediately you ask, sir, what about Python? Python is not going to be covered as a part of this course. Maybe just 3 or 4 days. I may review the Python related terminology overview. But warm up kind of thing. Okay, well, warm up kind of thing. But sir, my concentration is always on these things. Under this, if any person want to attend this course, compulsory basic idea in Python must be required, especially sir, OOPS concept. Next, the basic terminology, the basic data types, these kind of things must be required. Even if anywhere, sir, if any difficult topic I'm using, definitely I will explain that. Don't worry about that. That is about. That's why I'm using the course title, yeah, full stack web development. Are you getting right? Now, just simply I can announce, right, with the Django course. That's all. Full stack web development. Minimum 20 days we require to talk about these things, right? Most of the people are going to say, sir, HTML from my childhood onwards already I aware, sir. I know. Once you start writing the code, then you will come to know, what we learn. Are you getting right? So CSS, how many people use CSS? Very few members. Are you getting right? Very few. That's why compulsory you people should be aware all these things. So that my target is after completing this course, if you are not getting the job, yet at least you can take one what we call one small room and better to keep web application development can done here. Okay, a small board. So if any person come up, yes, I want one web application from scratch, you should be in a position to develop that knowledge. You have to expect from this course. This is about my requirement, right? Up to this is the clear. Are you getting? Next, mostly Ravinder Singh, Ajax and web services. I don't think this is up to this. I can give the guarantee assurance, man. But anyway, if any what we call on demand, if anything is required, definitely I will add. But remember, okay, in database side, mostly my concentration is either Oracle I can go for, or in the worst scenario, if I don't know about if you are not going for Oracle, MySQL and SQL, like 3 things by default are going to be covered, sir. Clear, right? Next, to learn these things, basic idea in Python. That's what I'm expecting. That not now. After 20 days, are you getting that? After 20 days, basic idea in Python must be required. Okay, that's all. Next, these things it will take around 20 days to 1 month, and this one is going to take around 1 month. Okay, this is the course duration. What the syllabus we are going to discuss, right? Next, sir, why in the web development these days, why the Python and Django is going to play the role? Do you know this combination is a very hard combination, sir. Remember this one? Do you know Kajol, Shah Rukh Khan, Ray? In the olden days, hit pair. Most of the cinemas hit it, right? If these two members are going to act, definitely that cinema is going to hit, man. Yes, hit. Like there are some movies, years of time also, there are they were played. Correct, right? Shah Rukh Khan. Sir, Django and Python. This combination is nothing but that much hot combination to develop web applications. Okay, remember that. Sir, you people are just these days you are listening about Python and Django and so on. But if you open the Google, just open the Google, okay, just I'm typing web applications, just the Django and the Python web applications list. Web applications list. If you want, have a look once. Okay, like 25 of the most popular Python and Django websites. Are you getting first link only, sir? First link only. Just have a look once. Have a look once, sir. Python and Django, sir. Beautiful. Your first application only. YouTube.com. YouTube.com. Where the Python user? Right? If you observe Dropbox, if you observe Google, are you getting Google? Quora. Next, Instagram. Are you getting Instagram? Like these are web applications. NASA, these kind of people, they use the Python. But here, web applications. I'm talking about web applications, right? Yahoo Maps, sir, in all these web applications, okay, Django and Python user. This combination is nothing but something like a bit hard combination, sir. Definitely hit combination, I'm sure. Okay, make sure if you are going to learn whether you are going to get the job or not, no guarantee. I can't give 100% you rank, but you can able to get on your life with this knowledge by developing web applications. I'm sure, sir. If any requirement is there, then automatically you can able to do that. Okay, you can able to develop your own web applications, right? Next, one more thing I want to tell, sir. Here, Django is there. Pyramid is also there, Flask is also there. These are various frameworks. Django is there. Django. Next and after that, Pyramid, Flask, like multiple frameworks are available, sir. Web frameworks. But very simple question I will ask, sir. Do you know you can assume that you can able to drive Indica car? You can able to drive Indica car. Okay, like can you drive Honda City? Please respond. If you can drive Indica, can you drive Honda City? Why not, man? Can you drive Innova? Like anything, everything is the same. Everything is the same terminology. If you aware one framework, remaining things will become very easy, sir. Again, today you are using sir, Hero Honda bike. Tomorrow, sir, fashion is going to come. Yes, I can able to use. Sports bike is going to come. Yes, I can able to drive, no problem at all. Something like if you know one, then the remaining things will become very easy. At least Flask and Pyramid, at least one web application we are going to develop, sir. Flask, I can give the guarantee. Definitely, I will cover. Yeah, the part of this course. Okay, sir. Django. At last, after completing one Flask application, I will show. Next and after that, one mini project we are going to discuss, okay, to develop how to develop web applications. Yes, it's going to be covered. But the RESTful services, as of now, no word. So I can't. As of now, no word. But anyway, it may be added because within 2 months, what thing is going to be happen? So maybe added. I'm very much eager to add some new things. Okay, that's all, friends. So from this discussion, just I'm expecting only 2 things, ma'am. Sir, why the word full stack web development? It is not only Django. You are going to learn HTML, JavaScript, CSS, all the required technologies to develop one web application. Remember, sir, what is the prerequisite to attend this course? only basic idea in the Python, because I'm not going to discuss Python as a part of this course. Remember that. Next, maybe I'm not sure, Venkatesh, if while the course going on, if any such a type of facility is there, I will do that. Okay, that's all, friends. These are the things what I require to discuss. Do you have any doubts? Please let me know.